retention is the hard part. It's, you know, how long can we like hold our breath and control and contract these muscles that control breathing. So then if you get them strong enough, it's just going to happen all on its own. If we could control this pace during meditation, after meditation, you'll be surprised how it still keeps that rhythm. So we're going to try to create a rhythm and a control of the rhythm. So I want you guys to sit up tall and lift up your right hand. Lift up your right hand. And then your left hand, if you feel like you want to like receive some energy today, open up your palm. If you're like, no, I want to be grounded today, just have your palm facing down if you feel that you just want to be grounded. And then you're going to pull down your right, your index and your middle fingers. So it looks like that. Okay. No, almost. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You got to look at the first two. Yeah. And press down. Mudras are sometimes a lot more difficult than we realize. A lot of our nerve endings are in our fingertips. And to learn how to control and move these, you'll be surprised how you have to really think and concentrate. So we're going to close off our right nostril. And we're going to inhale for 3 seconds from our left side. And then we're going to hold both nostrils down. And we're going to see if we could hold our breath for 12 seconds. And then we're going to release out of the right side, moving our thumb. And we're going to exhale for 6 seconds. Okay? So let's see if we can concentrate enough just to think about this movement. So you're going to inhale for 3. Hold. And then release the thumb for 6. Try that again. Move your pinky. So you're going to inhale for 3. And move your pinky out. Hold for 12. Move your thumb for 6 seconds and exhale. One last time. Ready? Hold your thumb on your nose. Move your pinky. Inhale for 3. Hold. Do not move anything in your body. See if you can freeze that inhale. And then you're going to exhale. Move your thumb for 6 seconds. And then release. And then just keep your hands on your knees. Close your eyes for just a minute. See if you could do that without using your thumbs and without using your fingers.
Wait, you want us to inhale on a one nostril without using our fingers?
I just want you imagining it. See if you can do it. See if you can do it. Just play with the mind. It's really, it's a lot harder than I'm making it sound like it is. But I just wanted you guys to see if you could see if you can move anything and stop your breath without using your fingers. And then open your eyes back up. So the hardest part I think of these is the exhale. Always gets cheated. It's actually really easy to hold your breath for 12 seconds. But if you start exhaling while you're supposed to be holding it, you're never going to be able to exhale for that last 6 seconds. So really try to hold it. So we're going to try doing it a little different this time. So we're going to try bringing your right hand up again. Index finger, middle finger down. Left hand up or down. You choose whatever it naturally goes is fine. This time we're going to try doing it for 4 seconds. So we're going to inhale through our left side for 4 seconds. We're going to hold for 16. And then we're going to exhale for 8. So let's try that. Ready? Hold your thumb down. Ready? Inhale for 4. Hold. Exhale. Move your thumb for 8. And then close your thumb off. Move your pinky. Inhale for 4. Lift your chest up. Hold. Remove your thumb for 6, or I'm sorry, for 8. And then release. Close your eyes for just a moment and see if you can move your breath around with just using your mind this time. See if you can form a circle with the direction of your breath inside your belly. You can almost watch it. See if you can watch it for a moment. Just moving, inhaling through one nostril, exhaling out through the next nostril. And if you could really envision it, you'll watch that breath going in a circle in your body. And then by the time you're ready, you inhale through the other side. And then open your eyes up. If that was easy and you were able to do 16 seconds and 8 seconds like it was nothing, raise your hand. No? Okay. Okay. So here's what we're going to do next. I want you to do it on your own using your thumb, though. You're going to use your hands. Kaylee, I want you to do it for the same thing, doing the 4, 16, and 8, seeing if you could really try that. And then for Nicole and Mama, I want you guys to change it. And I want you guys to see if you could inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 20, and exhale for 10.
And is that the same nostril?
You inhale from one side, you exhale through the other.
I know, the same side though, right? We didn't switch sides yet.
Nope. Okay. All right. So ready? Try that. Ready? On your own. Count in your own head. Do it 3 times. See if you can grow a little taller as you inhale. But do not fall when you exhale, though. Stay lifted. The idea is to lift up as high as you can and holding it there with that retention. Do not fall when you exhale. And then the next inhale, grow even taller up. And after that round, you could rest your hands on your knees. And then close your eyes. And then I want you to play with that movement inside your mind with your breath. See if you can move the movement and then pausing it. Pause it. And then relax. We call that Anulom Vilom. It's one of my favorite pranayamas. It helps clear your mind out. You have to focus. You have to count. You have to think about it. And it helps you control all those muscles inside. Okay, the next pranayama we're going to do is what we call Kapalabhati. And Kapalabhati is it's like an abdomen massage. It's about like massaging all that stuff out of your stomach. It cleans it all out with a certain contraction of your muscle, mixed together with an inhale and exhale. So it looks and sounds like this. So you're just like pulling in and you're blowing out of your nostrils. So see if we can do, we're gonna try doing 36 of them. So sit up tall. Now here's the key, because if you wanna be able to do 36, you cannot take an initial inhale. The most common thing I see that people do incorrectly that doesn't allow them to do this properly is they go inhale, and then once that exhale is done, you're over. If you wanna keep doing it, don't take an initial inhale, just exhale, just blowing out. So let's try 36 in a row. Ready, and go. And then relax. So here's the key I always say with yoga and meditation and all of this stuff, whenever we start learning how to take control over the insides of our body, is in the beginning, if it doesn't happen on a physical material realm where like I could see it, as long as it happens in your head, it counts. Okay? It counts. So I want you to envision, even if you feel like, you know, a lot of times we don't think we actually have the control that we have. So it's like, I'm not connected with the parts of my body. So just imagine it, of just the belly pulling in. You're pulling in. It's like a deep massage of your stomach. That's how the insides look. That. Let's try it with our hands in the air this time. So put your hands in the air, palms up. And let's see if we could do 36. Now we just moved everything out of the way. So hopefully we can take even, you know, deeper and stronger breaths. Ready? Let's try it. And then relax. A lot of times, a lot of foods and a lot of stuff that we've put into our body gets stuck in these intestines and stuck inside the walls. And these pranayamas help just cleanse all that stuff out, incorporating with your breath. So we're going to do one more set of 36 to make it 108. So we're going to put our hands behind our back. Now, if you want, I like to like interlace my hands and like pull my shoulders really away from me. So whatever way you like, that you get a nice deep stretch in, but I like to really open. And then don't arch your low back too much. You got to pull the low belly down. It's just the upper body that we're arching. Remember that. So ready? Let's try 36 this way. And then relax. Relax, relax. So that should invigorate us. So those are some invigorating exercises to help really move and just cleanse all the stuff out. Because now when we go into a seated meditation, hopefully there's less stuff in there to kind of distract us and get really straight. One thing I like to do too before I sit for long periods of time, even though we're not going to sit for too long today, but over time, our goal for how long we sit should be for as many years that we're alive. So take your age, and that's how many minutes a day that you should sit still in meditation. So as we get older, sometimes we got to sit longer. So it's good to move for a little bit. So before we sit and do a guided seated meditation, I want you guys to cross one hand over the other hand. And we're going to do just like a small stretch. Put on your knee, put it on your chair. And I want your other hand to go behind you. And I want you to take 5 exhales and look over your shoulder. And just look over your shoulder. Every breath, I want you to look a little bit deeper and twist the spine a little bit more. Micro movements are okay. Even if it's just a micro movement, just every inhale, lift up. Every exhale, twist. And then switch sides, do the other side. Just 5 breaths on each side. I always find that I just felt like I needed a twist, and I felt like maybe we all should do it right now. So again, look over your shoulder, use the knee, use your chair, just 5 breaths, and it could be a micro movement. So it could be a small movement that are happening that only you could see, and that's okay. Just make sure that you're not sitting still right now. Make sure every breath and every exhale, you twist a little bit more. Just 5. Make it even. And then sit up tall. Another thing that I like to point out whenever we start a seated meditation is the position of how our spine is. You know, like, believe it or not, we do have a lot of control over the spine. Some people maybe have more control one way or the other way, but that's the whole idea of stretching to make sure we figure out that it's straight. But I want you guys to show you guys something from a side view of how to actually sit. Because we want to make breathing therapeutic. We want to make meditation therapeutic, not just for the mind, but for the body too. So when you breathe, we have to make sure that the seat itself is doing benefits to us. So when you sit, don't lean forward like this. Watch to make sure that you're leaning back. That's very important. And opening up our chest. So we want to keep the chest open, but I'm actually going to take the shirt off so you can see my my low back a little better. Watch what happens to my chest, my low back when I open my chest up. you see how my low back goes forward? Do you see how it's like an arch that happens naturally? Okay, this comes back. What I want you to do though is not do that. So you start doing this. You do it first, but now you keep your shoulders here and you just pull your low back. You see how it's you open and then you pull back. Okay? So it's opening here, but pulling just the low belly back. This takes a lot of work. I just want to emphasize that. This is not something that your body's going to naturally sit nice, tall, and straight. It will once we balance all the muscles. But until then, be prepared that seated meditations are work. And the breath is what is going to guide us to be able for the body to memorize these motions. So before you ever start a meditation, find a very comfortable space. Nicole did a workshop on creating sacred space. Creating a space that you feel comfortable in is very important. And of how we sit in that space is very important. Not just what's happening with our breath work and what's happening with, clearing the fluctuation of the mind out, but just how we sit. So I want you to really feel the opening of the shoulders, but feel that pull in the low belly, like hold on to your spine on your low back, because majority of us have very weak low backs. And meditation will help pull that there. And now I want your hands, I want your left hand over the right hand and just put them on your lap. And we're going to keep with this circular movement of breath. Circles are protection. So I feel that during all of this, we just all, especially with what's going on in the world right now, we have to protect our bodies. We have to protect our mind. We have to protect, because there's lots of influence, a lot of paid influences out there with hidden agendas. So we have to create our circle, and you do that with your breath and the way you control your energy. So we just did a breath that helped us create a circular motion. So use your hands to help emphasize that. And then I want you to almost close your eyes, but almost open them. Like we're going to try to find a place that we call this middle subconscious realm between your body thinks you're sleeping, but your mind's not sleeping because you're controlling the mind. You're controlling this position of your back. Okay? It's like tricking your body to go into a sleep pattern. So I want your eyes to be half open. I want your lips to be sealed, but your teeth open. So your lips are sealed, but the teeth and the jaw are relaxed, completely relaxed. Most importantly, the eyebrows are relaxed also. So you relax the eyebrows. And at any moment, if you feel that you need to reposition your spine so you feel less pressure on it, feel free. This is your journey into your body to feel what is straight, what is the position of harmony that it takes, how do we find harmony? And then you're going to start breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Watching movements, watching the control over the movements. The only thing you're watching is breath. And not just watching breath, but slowing breath down. Slowing it down as much as you can. And then we're going to work on making inhales and exhales even. See if you can make an inhale even and an exhale even. And if you find yourself slouching, I like to imagine a golden thread from the crown of our head pulling us up. Just imagine that golden thread going through your body, just pulling your head up, getting rid of all the compression on your spine. And then as you watch movement happen, I want to see if you could slow it down. And then I want you to add a movement. We're actually going to add apana, we call it. So there's prana with a P, and then the same word, but just with an A in front of it, aprana, which is a downward movement. So now what I want you to envision is inhales going up, but at the same time, an exhale happening at the exact same moment. See if you can envision two movements happening now. One movement going up as one movement goes down. And then as the movement comes back up, the other movement goes down. Almost like a rope wrapped around each other. But slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. And they say that if you could slow it down enough, where they actually meet in the center, a little bit above your belly button, that's where Kundalini exists. To find that, I like to imagine a golden thread going from the right side of my body to the left side of my body, right above my hip. Another golden string going through my belly button, right above it though, out through my back. And imagine where those strings would intersect. See if you could slow down this inhale up, exhale down. And finding that spot right in the center of your body. And then start to pay attention to colors. See if there's colors in the body as you breathe. Maybe the colors change as you travel through the body. Maybe seeing a spot where that lacks color. If there's anywhere that lacks any color or movement, catalog it. And you can keep your eyes closed, but you could put your hands straight on your knees, pointed down. Thumb and index finger making circles. 3 other fingers pointing down, resting on your knees. Straightening your arms out. And then bringing your awareness between your eyebrows. Bringing the awareness, the space between the right and left side of the brain. Seeing if you could find any light in there, any colors, any symbols, any circles. And then the next breath, you're going to bring your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Bring your palms together. Stretch all the way up. And then as you exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. And you guys can open your eyes up. And thank you guys for breathing and meditating and sitting with your body for me. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
So I hope we calmed everything down. So the whole point of meditation is to get rid of fluctuations of the mind so we could think with a very clear, precise patterns. So hopefully with that being said, we could start the next step of our workshop. And we're going to talk a little bit about Ayurveda, which is a very different branch of medicine. It's more of an Eastern philosophical point of view. And they believe that there's 3 energies that control the body, that you have different constitutions. There's earth, air, wind, and fire. Some of us are more fire elements. Some of us are more air elements. Some of us have different ways our body reacts to certain things. And so first I'd like to talk about what the 3 are, and then I'd like for us to all take a test to figure out what we are. And then seeing that I have a couple of different food advices, nutritional advices, that you change your diet, you eat accordingly to what your constitution of your body is. Not everybody needs food that's going to bring them up. Some people need food that's going to bring them down in energy, where some need food to bring them up in energy. But in order to find one constitution, we have to take a test to do that. So we are going to need a paper and pen. If you guys have paper and pen, because you are going to take, there's going to be a little game we got to play to figure it out. So there's lots of writing to do. They say there's 3 energies that guide disease and health. So you don't got to take, I mean, if you want, I can send you all this stuff, but you don't got to take notes. I'll tell you when to start writing your numbers down. But so we start with Vata, which is air and space. Vata is the first constitution. We have Pitta, which is fire. And then we have Kapha, which is earth and water. So we're going to figure out if we are a Vata, Pitta, or Kapha to see what energies exist in our body and how we can help govern health and disease using these facts of what's going on inside. Okay, so I have a test that I want to do. So what I want you guys to do is you're going to draw 2 lines down on your paper so you can make 3 columns. So just draw 2 lines so we have 3 columns. We just have 3 columns. Okay, so now with this, I'm going to say something. I'm going to start, for instance, the frame of our body. And I'm going to give you 3 different descriptions of what the frame of your body is. You're not necessarily going to pick which one you think that, you know, I have, or here, for instance, I have long, short, or curly hair. You're going to put, you're going to kind of number them. So instead of numbering them 1, 2, and 3, we're going to number them 5, 3, and 1. Okay, so 5, hold on, 5 is most accurate. So if I say that I have short hair, you're going to put 5 is most accurate. I have medium size hair. You'll put 3. I have super shaved head. You put 1. So you would just number it. So it'd be 5, 3, or 1. 1 being the least one. 5 being the most accurate description of whatever the question is I'm asking you. Okay? Does that make sense? So 5, 3, and 1. Okay. Now on the 3 columns you made, the first column I want you to name Vata.
Can you spell all of this?
Yep, it's V-A-T-A. The second column you're going to call Pitta, P-I-T-T-A. And the third column you're going to call Kapha, K-A-P-H-A.
K-A-T-H-A?
P-H, P as in P as yoga.
P-H-A, okay.
Yes. Okay. So then we're going to go down the list. So again, the first one, you could just number them 1. I mean, you don't really have to number the questions I'm asking you. Just make sure you stay in a straight line and you number the numbers of whatever it is, okay? So the first one is going to be frame, the frame of our body. Okay, so Vata, is it, I am thin, lanky, slender, with prominent joints and thin muscles. Pitta, I have medium, symmetrical build with good muscle development. Kapha, I have large, round, or stocky build. My frame is broad, stout, or thick. So again, you have to number them. Vata, Pitta, or Kapha. Okay, if you need me to repeat it, just raise your hand.
Question.
Yeah.
I'm always the one with questions. I've
Okay,
been like this at school too. I'll be asking all the questions.
Go.
So, I'm a Pitta, right?
No, you're not picking one. You would just say that Pitta, you would do 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I would say, so that's 5. I know that I'm number 5. What I'm least of, Vata, how you say it? Vata, I would put a 1, and would I put a 3 at the Kapha?
Kapha. Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. Okay, so the second one. So now go on the next line. And make sure you keep them all because we're going to have to tally the numbers up in the bottom. Okay, now the next one is your weight of your body. So Vata, low, I may forget to eat or have tendency to lose weight. Pitta, moderate, it's easy for me to gain or lose weight if I put my mind to it. Kapha, heavy, I gain weight easily and have difficult losing it.
Damn.
So low, moderate, or heavy is the way Vata, Pitta, and Kapha.
I be forgetting.
So weight, the first one, Vata, low, I may forget to eat. Pitta, moderate, it's easy for me to gain or lose weight. Kapha, heavy, I gain weight easily and have difficult losing it. Okay, next one, eyes. My eyes are small and active for Vata. I have a penetrating gaze for Pitta. I have large, pleasant eyes for Kapha. Okay. Next one, again, let me know if I need to repeat, if I slow down.
Repeat, because I keep staring at my eyes trying to figure out what the hell
Yeah.
Well, we can all help each other with this question. Okay, my eyes are small and active. Let's see. So I have Kapha eyes, which is like one of the only Kapha traits I think I have. But like, see how my eyes are like, I have like really big eyes. So let me see, Nicole. I would say you're more Pitta. You have like those like penetrating eyes.
Oh, I could be piercing, baby.
Yeah, you have piercing eyes. Okay. So again,
you ladies, do you need help too?
I think I got it.
Okay.
Next one is complexion. Vata, my skin is dry, rough, or thin. Pitta, my skin is warm, reddish in color and prone to irritation. Kapha, my skin is thick, moist, and smooth. Okay. My skin is rough for Vata. My skin is warm for Pitta. My skin is thick for Kapha. Hair, next one. Vata, my hair is dry, brittle, or frizzy. Pitta, my hair is fine with a tendency towards early thinning or graying. Or Kapha, I have abundant, thick, and oily hair. Okay, next one. Joints. For Vata, my joints are thin, prominent, and have tendency to crack. Pitta, my joints are loose and flexible. Kapha, my joints are large, well knit, and padded. Next one. Sleep pattern. Vata, I am a light sleeper with tendency to awaken easily. Pitta, I am a moderately sound sleeper, usually needing less than 8 hours to feel rested. Kapha, my sleep is deep and long. I tend to awaken slowly in the morning. Okay. Next one. Body temperature. Vata, my hands and feet are usually cold. I prefer warm environments. Pitta, I'm usually warm regardless of the season. I prefer cooler environments. Kapha, I'm adaptable to most temperatures, but do not like cold, wet days. Okay. Vata, temperate. I am lively, enthusiastic by nature. I like to change. Pitta, I am purposeful and intense. I like to convince. Kapha, I am easygoing, accepting. I like to support. Okay, last one. Under stress, Vata, I become anxious and or worried. Pitta, I become irritable and or aggressive. Kapha, I become withdrawn and or reclusive.
I'm all of those.
Just put 5 all across.
No, we are going to change that. We will this goddess time will reprogram all of that anxiousness.
Can you repeat that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Under stress, a Vata becomes anxious and or worried. A Pitta becomes irritable and or aggressive. Kapha, I become withdrawn and or reclusive. Okay, so now I want you to add up your totals.
You asking these questions because I've had this done before, like I was telling you earlier, like I could see more and more why I am what I am, that category now. It's pretty crazy. This is cool.
Well, now I want to go over some stuff. I'd like to talk a little bit about each one too. So there's do's and don'ts for each one now. So I kind of go over what they all mean. You guys get your numbers?
Yes.
What are you guys?
92.
No, Mom, categories. In the categories, you number them.
Oh, duh, right?
Wait, hold on. It should have added to 90. Where'd my sheet go?
It should have what?
90 should be the total. Well, wait a minute. For there's 90 points total.
Yeah, I got 90. It's 90 total, but you just she's calculating her categories right now.
Yeah, I went all the way across and I counted 1 twice.
Okay.
I'm Pitta. I got 40 points for that. I got 20 points for Veda. Veda, right?
Yeah. Vata, Pitta, and Kapha.
I need to get this right. Vata, 20 points for Vata, 40 points for Beta, Pitta, and Kapha. I got 30 points.
Okay, so you're right in the middle.
I got 36 points for Pitta, 34 for Vata, and 20 for Kapha.
Okay. So now another thing to remember is that you don't only have to be one. So Kaylee, you're like your Vata and Pitta are pretty close in numbers, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah.
Yeah, they're 2 points off.
Yeah, I'm similar. I'm a little bit of both. I'm pretty balanced, Kapha Pitta. I'm sorry, Vata Pitta. And then how about you, Mom?
Okay, so 1 for Vata, Pitta 38, and 42 for Kitta.
For Kapha.
Kapha, sorry.
Okay. And then
You only got 1 point for Vata?
12.
Oh, I was like,
Okay, so
she did it all wrong. No.
I'd like to go over what these mean now.
Okay.
So I want to start with Vata. So Vata, do you guys remember what element I said that represented?
Did you say that was the water?
No, it was air and space.
Air and space.
So if you think about when Vata is out of balance, it usually means that too much air has accumulated in the mind, too much space, too much body environment. Usually the result is that you're not grounded enough. If you think about space and air and the movement that's around it. So for someone that is a Vata, the best way to keep Vata balanced is through the earth element, because earth is grounding. So I want to read some stuff that a Vata, because Kaylee, you have a lot of Vata in you, that you should be doing. Okay, first one is you go to bed and you wake at the same time every day. So for whatever reason, that's very important for Vatas, is finding that circadian rhythm inside of you. Meditate twice a day to quiet the mind. So Vatas are all over the place. So you need to be able to like sit, ground yourself, and lots of meditation. And the fragrances that you wear should always be relaxing. So relaxing fragrances. For Vata, you don't want anything like, very soft smells, is important for that. Eat 3 meals a day. The flavors are sweet, sour, and salty. Those are the.
Oh, girl, hold on.
Yeah. Sweet, sour, and salty. And your teas always should be relaxing teas, like chamomile. You don't want to have like too much teas that you want to avoid caffeine in your teas. So caffeine's not your friend, because you actually have the element of caffeine. Like you don't even need caffeine because that's what the space is. Like, you're so all over. Rhythm is very important. So Vatas don't have much rhythm. So out of balance Vata needs more rhythm in the body. And making sure that you finish things you start is a lot of things. Okay. Kapha.
Hold on, question.
Yeah.
So when you say rhythm is needed, like rhythm as far as like
as consistency, like rhythm of the breath,
activities, like, yeah.
No, rhythm as in more of like ritual, like
yeah,
so.
Ritual, yeah.
Yeah, so like a Vata is just everywhere. It's like an unbalanced Vata. Or if you have your Vata, it means that you have so much air element. It's just all over. So like to balance a Vata, you have to have grounding things. You have to have stuff that creates rhythm. Wake up at the same time every day, because you're too. We're not grounded enough. We're really not. Vatas are not grounded because of the air element, the abundance of air and space. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll go to Pitta. So now Pitta is fire, right? So Pitta is the fire element. So when you have too much fire, external combustion. So a lot of times is that like how do you cool something off? You bring more space, coolness. So Pittas need more coolness, more space, where they're all on fire, because it's the fire element of just heat. So there's so much heat in a Pitta, lots and lots of heat. So you have to basically like create more space elements. So they say a lot of time outside. Enclosed spaces are not the best for Pittas. Being outside is very important, because you feel that so much fire inside that you need the space around you and the clear air in the room to breathe, to kind of cool that fire that's inside. Most people that have the constitution of Pitta in it. Sweet, bitter, and astringent are the flavors that you need for a Pitta.
Sweet, bitter, and astringent. What?
Astringent.
What kind of flavor is that?
Astringents would be like a mouthwash being astringent.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Listerine.
Right. Like think of like mint, like powerful. Like you need power.
Like peppermint.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I would guess. Wear soothing fragrances. So the Vata needs the relaxing ones, and you need relaxing for Vata, and then Pitta needs soothing. So think of the fire element of being you need to calm the fire down. Soothing fragrances, soothing teas, anything that calms, relaxes the body. Stay cool and be playful. So a Pitta needs a lot of coolness. Stay cool. Not too much heavy clothing. You just want to keep that fire down inside of you. Yeah, and even think of like the spices that could do that. Where a Pitta needs the sweet, bitter, astringent. You don't need those like cayenne pepper. A Pitta wouldn't want to eat that. That's too much fire. So you want to keep those fire elements out to help balance Pitta. Because sometimes, even though that's what we want, because we're Pitta, you want fire. You want fire. But they do. You want fire. But to keep it balanced, you got to almost bring in more of the sweet, bitter flavors into your diet.
Why I'm probably, because sometimes I could be a little bitch with spicy food, and I like spicy food, but then spicy food could be just too hot. Like I like a little kick, but then I like a sweet in the mix of it too. But you're saying stay away from too hot, spicy food.
Yes.
Because jollof rice, whoo, honey, I love me some jollof rice, and that shit's nice.
So you want more cooling foods, much cooling foods. I grabbed the wrong. I have a note. I'm upset that there's a description on like when to drink milk depending on what you are, and I forgot those notes at work. But there is something about like certain constitutions should only have milk at certain times of the day too, about how it digests that enzyme. But next time, for some reason it's not in these notes, and but I have notes on them. I just gotta see it. Okay, so the next is kapha. So kapha is the water and earth element, right? So it's water, earth. And when kapha is out of balance, it's when too much earth has accumulated in the mind, body, and environment. The result is a sense of sluggishness, congestion, and dullness. The best way to balance excess kapha is to bring more movement and circulation into the body, of just lots of movement. So a kapha needs more movement than anybody's, where a lot of the other ones need more grounding, like to go outside, relax, sit, meditate, where a kapha should always awaken at sunrise. So sunrise, the sun does something for kaphas. So you need that sunrise in your life. And you flavor the more pungent, bitter, and astringent tastes. So more of the pungent and bitter. So not sweet for kaphas. Avoid eating when you're not hungry. Avoid eating when you're not hungry. A lot of times we use food as like a hobby when it should be energy and fuel. Yes, cooking is fun, but it needs to be cooked for fuel, not just because we're bored in cooking. Drink invigorating herbal tea. So a kapha is the opposite of what we just went through, where we needed the relaxing, soothing, but for kapha, you need to be invigorated. So your tea should always have lots of life inside of them. Think of invigorating herbs. So not as much chamomile, but I would say that a kapha would need more like peppermint, of just something that's gonna like wake the body up, not too much calm it down. All the fragrances are also invigorating. So make sure that whatever sprays you put on your body are very powerful sprays, where you're not going to be using some of the, I wouldn't say vanilla, but like lots of amber and jasmine and just those like really powerful, invigorating scents, where I would avoid lavender too. Kapha should avoid lavender. It's too soothing. We got to wake up our senses. Yeah, Nicole?
Can a pitta have vanilla? I've always been a vanilla freak.
Yeah, well, you can have whatever you want. Okay, you can have whatever you want.
I know that.
But vanilla, I guess that was maybe a bad example, because vanilla is actually really amazing when you get really, anybody can benefit from vanilla, I guess, especially the real stuff. But just like in flavor wise, like lavender is more relaxing, where orange is more invigorating. So like
I love sweet orange. I am a sweet orange head, literally.
Mm-hmm.
it makes me happy. It makes me smile. It makes me just like in that happy space, like immediately I just glow and I'm just like, yes. See, I think with me being fire, I do a lot of fiery ass shit.
Yeah. Well, you do. And that's why you need to be like, hose down, calm down, spray some lavender around you. Like, so, and even with food, you have to think about the foods that we eat. And, you know, when we eat it, like, are we lighting our fire or are we cooling our fire down? Start thinking about those concepts, because like warm food opposed of cold food. What does your body want? You know, is it on fire and it needs something cold? Or is it just warm and it needs the cooling down? So, really think about the temperatures of foods that you're eating and putting inside, because not all of us need fire. You know, it's about balancing these energies. It's about balancing them too. I still have some. I have more to talk about, but I know it's 1 o'clock right now.
The smells, weren't you? The teas, and then what was the last thing that they have to do? Because I know I'm looking at
fragrance, the invigorating fragrance. Oh, you mean like cool, playful?
Yeah. What's
oh yeah. So for kapha.
Yeah.
So kapha, the last thing it ends in is exercise daily. So pitta has to be more playful. It just says kaphas need regular exercise. It's very important for regular exercise. Where a pitta and the other one are gonna just be on fire. So a lot of times they don't really need to put exercise into their diet because they're on fire. They don't move. They don't stop. They're always going. Where a kapha it doesn't have that constitution where it needs the constitution of the body is just not going to make them have that fire. So they have to make sure they're incorporating it. That you're incorporating it, because your natural constitution will not make you want to exercise and move. So we have to keep moving and putting stuff into our body.
And then Beta needs to be more grounded and in rhythm and relaxed.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll quickly go over this. I wanted to talk to something, a little bit about the 4 components of human survival of all the cells in our body, which I think is really important, because I think meditation, this lifestyle, finding the goddess within, it all starts with everything in our body, including understanding how our cells survive in our body. It's very, very important. So they say that there's 4 things that every cell in the body needs to survive. You need a lipid, which is a fat. And I'd like to talk a little bit about each one of these for I won't go too long because I know that it's already been an hour. We need a sugar, which is a carbohydrate, amino acid, which is a protein, and then nucleic acid, which is just DNA that we all have already in our body. So if you think about food, nutrition, diet, exercise, it can be fit in a very simple pie form. You need a fat, you need a sugar, and you need a protein. Super simple. Fat, sugar, protein. And understanding that. And I'd like to do a little brief talk about the differences in fats, because I think when it comes about nutrition, not only understanding what our constitution of our body is, but now going even deeper about what products we're putting inside in our daily lives. And I think a big way is understanding differences in fats. And I have this really fun way to explain fats in the body using Legos as an example. So first, there's 2 different kinds of fats in most food. Unsaturated and saturated fats. You know, one's good and one's bad. But what makes the difference in them of like, why is this one good? Why is that one bad? And I find that Legos explains it like the best way. And I like to start off with what a bad fat is. Because a lot of stuff we put in our body has all these bad fats. So I want you to think of bad fats as a bunch of Legos that are all shaped the exact same size. Okay, every Lego is the same Lego, 4 dots on it, 4 dots on it. They're all the same color, same size. So what happens when you get a bunch of Legos all the same size? What can you do with a bunch of Legos all the same size? You can connect them and create a very solid forming figure. One with no holes inside of them. They all snap perfectly and they attach. And they became this very long, solid chain, a very powerful, solid chain. that just gets harder and harder and becomes more and more of a solid figure in your body. And every time you eat a bad fat, it just kind of hooks onto that chain. Now, an unsaturated fat is the same Legos, except every fourth Lego is a different size. So the Legos will never snap together. They'll never form a solid. And every time you add an unsaturated fat, it just creates more movement because it makes this shape a very different size, because every certain shape, the double bonds, they call them, that disconnects these shapes. So it cannot form a solid figure in your body. Now, I have a secret of how to get rid of those bad Legos of your body. So in your body, you have these, we call them saturated fats, and then we have the unsaturated fats. One's a long chain, and one is just another long chain, but it's not connected the right way. Now, there's something that we call a medium chain. There's some molecules out there that actually that look just like a saturated fat, but they're small, and they're not 100 Legos. They only want to be 5 Legos. So if the 6th Lego hooks on, it's gonna get rid of it. And you know what that is? Anybody know what that is? I'll send someone a jar right now if they can guess what it is. No?
The 6th Lego that jumps on the 5 smaller Legos?
No. What the medium chain is called.
The medium chain?
I'll tell you guys. It's okay.
Okay.
Coconut oil.
Duh.
So coconut.
It's like the best thing for MCT in the whole bit.
So coconut oil is basically this chain of saturated fats. They're bad fats, but they're a medium chain, which means this chain of these long Legos is like, no, you come on me, but I'm getting rid of you. So it actually gets rid of the bad fats of your body.
So the coconut oil gets rid of the bad fats in the body.
Yep.
Okay. Out of all that, that's what I understood.
Yep. Coconut oil gets rid of all the bad fats, but you have a fat. And so like when you eat, I believe in these 3 meals a day. So in Ayurvedic medicine, it's very different than like a lot of Americans. We have these like small fasting or 7 meals, small meals a day. We believe that there should be only 3 meals a day, and that the meal should have all of these things in it. It should have a fat, but again, the good fat, a carbohydrate, and a protein. But the meals change throughout the day. So in the morning, you eat like a king. In the afternoon, you eat just like a middle-class civilian. And then at night, you eat like a pauper, poor man. And so you change the way you eat. And as long as each meal has all of those 3 things on it, you'll be surprised of how your body digests and reacts to it all. So again, you gotta, light that fire in the morning, cool the fire down at night, and give your intestines time to relax. So the intestines need time to relax. You cannot eat all day long and snacking. I don't believe in snacking unless I'm having a party. Then I'll snack. But otherwise, we try to eat these 3 meals, watching again the temperatures of our food, the spices that we're putting into the foods, and making sure that we have these 3 things in them. Making sure that we're not only eating a diet high in protein or diet high in fats or high in sugars, that we're balancing that out. It's very, very, very important. And remember one thing, that pain is a gift. Gut pain is a gift. All these are gifts. A lot of us have stuff going on in our bodies that we just have no idea because the body's not telling us yet. So following these patterns, giving your body time to rest, meditating, sitting in the body will tell us things. It will tell you things about your body. Honor them, write them down, and see what your body's telling you, because the only way you're going to know is by sitting down in meditation, and really truly knowing, because we're all very different. Each body's different. What works for someone is not going to work for me. It just doesn't work like that. And so whenever someone tells you, follow this certain diet plan, eat this, do this, this is how you eat, no, because we're different. Our constitutions are different. You figure out what your constitution is. You figure out what your body needs and what your lifestyle needs. We have different lifestyles. Like, I teach yoga for a living. It's very different than my sister who sits at a bank all day long. we just have, you figure out your life, and then you figure out a game plan too for that. Questions, comments, concerns?
Absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I
guys.
definitely have to say I do see the difference, because in the year that I haven't been living on Maui, where I exercised daily and did anywhere from 10 to 15 miles a day and was always active, I am just like a hot mess since being here in the city and the heat of Arizona. I was telling Nikki just a few days ago, it does not work for me. It is too hot, and I am more sluggish, and I'm having more intestinal issues than I've ever had before. So this was very good. It was a very good reminder that I need to just remember to honor this constantly. When I adapted for Arizona, I didn't adapt based on what I had been doing on the island.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised with what I got, but then when you broke it down, I really understood it more, and why I was, why I got what I got. So I'm definitely excited to incorporate this into my life.
Cool. Do some more research. Again, find out your content. There's so much more guidelines. I can sit here for hours and hours sharing stuff, but definitely continue Ayurvedic studying. It's an amazing branch of medicine in the East, and it's one of the first forms of medicine that was ever written down, 5,000 years ago. So it was written down to be shared, and then the Westerners came with their hidden agendas and their money and pharmaceuticals, and they whole nother topic. But yeah, so it's like studying it. It's there. It's awesome. This information is great. It's really helped me throughout the few years of dealing with stress and life, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So thank you guys for joining. This was an amazing group.
Thank you.
I'm really glad that it was a small group today. I felt that we were able to I feel like it would have been really hard to everybody to take the test. I probably would have had to repeat the test a few more times. So it was great that it was a beautiful small group today. So I loved it. And thank you for Nicole for putting this together.
Oh no, yeah, you guys are
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We'll do the spiritual bath. I'll do that another time, because I know we were over an hour for my segment. It's okay, Julia. You were going in. And
I didn't even think about it. I totally forgot about the spiritual bath.
It's okay. This information was awesome. And not only that, you inspired me, and my mom and I will probably work on it. I started thinking about spiritual baths now, and how we can really get into the Vata. I need to do like a Vata. The Vata, the Pitta, and the Kapha.
Yep.
Now I want to do spiritual baths that hit these notes. That makes so much sense.
Oh yeah, so for instance, your mom is a kapha, you can make a spiritual bath just for kaphas.
Right. So her bath can be potent as all get up. That makes me excited. And then it's just the Vata. I'm like, oh, okay, relaxing, soothing. This totally makes sense. So I'm interested in
That's that collection I was telling you about that I broke up based on Ayurvedic.
Yes, because mom talked
Mine's
about
the
that.
whole collection, so we'll definitely off.
Yeah, because she was talking about the oils and all of that. Yes. So
yeah,
now
that's what I meant, because that's what I first started doing when I started making topical healing for people with fibromyalgia, etc. Because those illnesses always give away. People with arthritis, you always know what they're going to be based on Ayurvedic. So yeah.
Yeah. So this was really awesome. Thank you for the deeper understanding. And spiritual bath, I'll figure out another time, because next Monday Julia and I already have our schedule going for our Sunday sessions. We're going to have another instructor added into the mix with Miss Julia.
So next Sunday, is it next Sunday? Yeah, next Sunday is the first Sunday. I have a lady that's coming on to do these workshops. She has what I just we talked about today, she's going to do a way deeper explanation of it. So she is a Ayurvedic practitioner. She does not call herself one. The reason she does not want to call herself anything with Ayurveda is because she disagrees with some of the herbs that they use, because she believes that you should be using herbs that are in your backyard, local. So she does a little twist on Ayurveda, all the similar concepts except what she prescribes. Like, she knows every single herb. Like, she could tell you exactly what herbs that you need to put into your diet, but she does them by your region of where you live. Because so because of that, a lot of people in her school of thought don't agree with her teaching. So she doesn't like to call herself an Ayurvedic doctor, even though she is.
Yeah, and that's good, sound sustainability. So
yes,
I like that she goes for the region, because that's very important. Like, that's because, I mean, that's why we're all different colors. That's why we're all different makeups, because of our region. So it makes sense. And it also reminds me of, like, you know, Eat for Your Blood Type or whatever that book is. You know, again, like, we're just so different. Like, I like it. I like the sound of that.
Well, because I mean, and when she said that, it really hit home, because I believe in plant spirit medicine. I believe that the spirits of plants are nurturing, that give us these things that if you want an herb to work properly in your body, the spirit of the herb has to be there. So if they're not local spirits, you know, like, what is a dry herb from India going to do to my body compared to a dry herb that its mother is sitting in my backyard right now, and the spirit of that dandelion is in my backyard right now? It's much different when it comes to spirit energies. So that was one thing I loved about Joanna. She's doing 3 workshops the next 3 Sundays. And so I'm super, super excited. She was one of my first yoga students like 10 years ago. And then she went off because of my interest in this and the yoga I taught her. She found Ayurvedic medicine, and she went and studied it for years. And this quarantine made me reach out to her. And so I have an extra office at my studio. So when I open, she's going to be renting out an office at me and seeing private clients out of it, doing body work and stuff. So we're going to start. She wants to start with free workshops. So I said, perfect. So it'll be fun. But okay, so thank you guys. We got to get going. Have a wonderful day. Awesome. Yeah, Nicole's going to have all the information.
Yeah, we'll do a page. Julia and I will do a page for this. We recorded this as well, but we'll do a recap page, and we'll have the breakdown of what Julia just said on that page too, so everybody can have that. And I think this is a beautiful continuation of what we're going to be experiencing for next Sunday. So
awesome.
Later. Blessings.
Thank you.